Hey, Eric, you can roll the open anytime you want. We're ready. Hey, if you're watching online, thanks for watching. I'd like to apologize in advance for missing plays by not turning the camera in time, but thanks for watching. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Dave McKenzie, and I have a new partner for tonight's broadcast, the one and only Mr. Bob Fester. And, Bob, first off, before I say anything else, I just want to say congratulations, Grandpa, again. How about that?
Yes, sir. Number 3, 2 boys and now a little girl, Elizabeth Grace. And everyone is being very hateful on Facebook and saying it's such a lucky break for her that she looks like her mother and not her grandpa.
I can't understand why. I can't understand why. I'm glad to have you here tonight. Scott Hudson is on assignment. Actually, he's helping out just down the way here tonight at the broadcast. And always go to Mr. Reliable, Mr. Fester, and appreciate you stepping in and helping out as you do from time to time. And let's talk about this game tonight as the Carterville Lions prepare to take on Murphysboro. We're at Doc Bensini Field. And let me tell you what, they have new turf here, new press box. This is nice.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. We were down on the turf earlier, of course, and it's nice and spongy. It's not a hard turf like you have at McAndrews. A really good surface for football. The question to me, Dave, though, is the Carterville Lions are an enigma so far. Which team is going to show up? The one that looked like a pickup squad that got destroyed 42-0 at Benton, or the one that gave the highly regarded Heron Tigers all they wanted at last weekend with a 34-28 game that was in doubt to the final 8 seconds? If it's the second, we're in for a really fun game tonight.
It should be a lot of fun. Of course, the Carterville Lions come into tonight's game 0-2 on the season, but as Bob alluded to, week 1, 42-0 on the road at Benton. But last week, the first home game for the Lions against cross-county rival Heron Tigers, it came down to the last 8 seconds of the game. Heron was able to convert a little 3-yard pass to take the lead and win 28-24 over the Lions. And they played outstanding, Bob. Carterville, they had almost 250 yards rushing. You had Rafe Tuttle that led rushing with close to 90 yards. You had Preston Sumner that had 70-some-odd yards. And then even Eli was down, and the quarterback was able to chip in 50 yards. And on the passing side, 3 completions, all to Bryce Anderson for 85 yards. They finally got that offense going.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns to Anderson. And the game was really decided by 2 very good offensive plays by Heron. Receivers were well covered, and yet they did the job, especially the bomb from Chance Carnes, their quarterback, to Hartline down at the 17-yard line. He made a phenomenal catch. Bryce Anderson was on him like Superman's cape is on his back, and followed him. The perfect throw, a perfect catch. Hats off to the Tigers. They just executed a heck of a play.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, Charlie's can handle any heating or cooling system issue you may be experiencing, and no job is too big or too small. Call Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. You can call 985-2502. The sun's starting to set over the trees to the west of us here. That's going to help us out. It is a beautiful night for football in Southern Illinois. Game time temperatures in the 70s, and really looking forward to a dandy ball game here coming up at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. We are going to go on and take a break, and when we return, I had a chance to talk to Carterville Lions head coach Brett Dial, and you'll get to hear that when we return. Thank you for tuning in. This is Carterville Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Yes, go straight to the interview. And if you can, feed me programming, please. Yeah, I've got it. Thank you. I am. Thank you. Need that programming feed there too, please. The interview won't play? Okay, just after the commercial, send it back to me, please. Make sure that the preview button is not on, that you're trying to preview it. It worked for me earlier when I was in there. It's weird. Okay, you can bring him back after this one. Okay. Back at Murphysboro, I'm Dave McKenzie with partner tonight, Mr. Bob Fester. We're having some technical issues with the coach interview, Bob, that I recorded with Brett, but I can tell you that he was very pleased with the Carterville Lions a week ago. He was disappointed. He said in his interview that he was disappointed in himself with the Week 1 performance. He felt like he could have done some things better. Week 2, he was very happy. And I said, we talk about the receivers, we talk about the running backs and the quarterback, but I said, let's start off talking about how well the line played a week ago against Heron. And he said that they had to, because of injuries, they had to put an extra lineman in. They put Smolak in. He was doing some down blocking, and he said it worked. It was successful, and we've got some things that we're going to have to do tonight to be able to match up with Murphysboro. They're a very, very talented team. They throw a lot of people at you, a lot of motion. They try to confuse you with the motion. That's how they've done that for the last few years. Gary Carter likes to put those guys in motion and option out of that. But Coach Brett Dial was very happy with his Lions a week ago.
Yeah, Coach Carter is like Coach Dial is a run-first coach. And last week they steamrolled a pretty good Anna Jonesboro team, 48-8. So the Red Devils, run the ball extremely well. So it's going to be absolutely necessary for our big people up front to plug those holes, and for the linebackers to, as the name implies, to back them up. We can't give up big chunks up the middle, Dave.
No, absolutely, and we're about 6 minutes away from kickoff here at the newly refurbished Doc Bensini Field in Murphysboro. There's other games around Southern Illinois tonight. The one game, Bob, that really stands out is we're talking about the Heron Tigers, and they are on the road at DuQuoin tonight. That's a big game in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, huge game. It'll give Carterville also a good feeling for how the conference is going to play out. Get that look at DuQuoin against a quality opponent.
Also, let's run down the list of Southern Illinois teams in action tonight. Pinckneyville is at Benton, Marion is at Highland, Waterloo is at Carbondale, and Hamco is at Johnston City. We're going to take a break, and when we return, here on the pregame show from Murphysboro. Go on and run another one here.
And welcome to Apple Festival weekend here in Murphysboro. Check out the Grand Parade tomorrow, setting off at 11 a.m. The Crimson Express.
Welcome back to Murphysboro. Dave McKenzie and Bob Fester. As the national anthem was just performed here at Murphysboro High School, and we are just a couple of minutes away from the kickoff here between the Carterville Lions and the Murphysboro Red Devils. We'll run down some of those other scores around Southern Illinois. Carmi-White County is at CZR this evening. West Frankfort on the road at Sparta. You have Massac County at Anna Jonesboro. Westland is taking on the Nashville team. Nashville is a perfect 2-0. They are averaging 42 points a game.
You know, it just seems like every year Nashville comes up with these great big kids, you know, the 6'2", 250-pounders. I don't know what they put in the water up there in Washington County, but it's growing them big.
Bobs. It's them big corn-fed boys up there in Washington County.
They got some huge farm boys up there.
They sure do. Let's see here. Mascoutah is taking on Centralia, El Dorado at Vienna Goreville, and Triad is at Mount Vernon. Here, we are just a couple of minutes away. Carterville Lions will be on the far side. Good crew from Carterville setting on the visitor sideline. Of course, the Carterville Crazies in their all white tonight at Murphysboro. And we set our press boxes located on the Murphysboro side. But let me tell you what, this field is just very, very nice here at Murphysboro. Brand new turf, only the second game to be played on this, Bob, and this was well deserved for Murphysboro and the residents and students that go to Murphysboro High School.
Yeah, for those of us that have visited the field over the last several years, it's a 75% improvement over what they had before. The track around the field is just outstanding too. Look for maybe some regional bids in track, Dave.
Absolutely, as we are getting ready and get set for the kickoff, and the Murphysboro Red Devils are to the end zone to the south, getting ready to make their entrance onto the field after the pregame ceremonies. And we are excited to bring you Carterville Lions football. Don't forget, not only can you listen to us here on News Radio WJPF on 1340 AM and on 99.5 FM, but you can also watch the live stream of the game. Just go to YouTube and search out Carterville Lions at Murphysboro Red Devils, and you can watch and listen to the game as well on just a beautiful night in southern Illinois. A little cool front dropped through the area today after temperatures in the mid-90s all week, and there's a nice breeze blowing in the window. We have little fans on us, and I think we're about set.
Well, Dave, the sun's set just on schedule for us. It's gone right now for the opening kickoff. We can even see the players and their numbers now.
How about that? Murphysboro will be in their all-red uniforms with the yellow lettering. Carterville on the far side has their blue pants, the white jerseys, and the blue letters on it, as the captains for the both teams are going to meet at the 50-yard line for the snap or the coin flip and determine who will have the ball first here tonight. Carterville sends out 4 of their captains, and that includes Jack Campbell. You have also Zach Blankenship out there. I think I saw Carson Pearson. And can't see the other number for the Lions here on the right side, but we'll try to pick that up as well. 44, Rafe Tuttle is out there. But looking forward to a game. What's the keys to Carterville tonight?
Well, again, it's going to come down to line play, Dave. If we don't make holes, it doesn't matter how effective Tuttle and Sumner were last weekend. They have to have a gap to get through. The line is going to have to not only play athletically, it's going to have to work together to open some trap holes. On defense, the defensive line is going to have to seal off those corners. We can't give up those long runs down the sideline like we did up at Benton.
So Carterville won the toss, but they elected to defer. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They will kick the ball off, and we are just a moment or two away from the start of this game. This is week number 3 already of the high school football season. Next week, the Carterville Lions are going to be back at home when they take on DuQuoin. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, big game tonight. One that we will be paying attention closely to is Heron on the road at DuQuoin tonight. Heron trying to take their record to 2-1. DuQuoin, a perfect 2-0 on the season, trying to push their record to a perfect 3-0.
Yes, next week will be the conference opener for both the Lions and the Indians. A lot on the line next week at Carterville.
Absolutely. We are getting ready to kick off, and for Carterville doing the kicking, it is number 18, Caleb Knight. We were out on the field before the game. Caleb's got a great leg. The left footer, he tees it up at the 40-yard line. And we are just about ready to go here. The referee looks around, gets the thumbs up from everybody all around, gives the whistle, and Caleb Knight is going to pace off his 10-yard march toward the football. And we appreciate you tuning in and listening to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. The kick from Knight is going to be taken at about the 8-yard line by number 24, but he pitches it off to number 25. That is Kenny Hale down the left sideline, where he's pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. A little reverse by Murphysboro to start things off, but that's where they're going to start off. Great field position for the Red Devils here to start the game.
Yeah, looks like they're going to spot it at about the 43-yard line, Dave. No, actually not that far. They're going to move it back to the 42.
First and 10 from the 42 for Murphysboro, Coach Gary Carter. And at quarterback tonight is Jamar McZeek. He's got 2 receivers to the right, puts one in motion. That's Desmond Clark. And the give to the running back finds his way forward for about 7-8 yards or so, coming up at about the 50-yard line. Second down and short for the Red Devils.
Yeah, he found a gap off tackle that time, Dave. Got a good lead block from his offensive tackle, slipped right through, and then we missed a tackle, and he rumbles all the way down to the 50.
After a nice kick return, the ball resting right on the logo at midfield of the Red Devil here.
2nd and 2 from the 50 is a good down to throw on.
Absolutely, and McKenzie, he operates from the shotgun, puts a man in motion. That's Clark again, throws it out to the left side. The receiver, Mead, gets it. He's wrapped up after a gain of about a yard, maybe 2. Looks like they're going to give him 2 yards. First down for Murphysboro.
Something of a kind spot, but pretty close.
It definitely is a kind spot as they mark the ball at about right at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for Murphysboro. Coach Gary Carter, his assistant coaches, Jason LeGrand, Brian Manwaring, Dan Gould, Michael Beckman. It's 1st and 10, just a little over 10 minutes remaining. We're just underway. Puts Clark in motion, gives it to Clark. He takes it off the hash mark off the right side across the 30, the 25, the 20, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. That's 3 offensive plays, and Murphysboro is down inside the red zone and an opportunity to score here.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Lions can't do. Dave, they can't let that ball get wide on them because Murphysboro has way too much speed to allow them to make that outside cut.
It's 1st and 10. The ball is on the 18-yard line. And McKenzie, again, from the shotgun. Puts a man in motion, gives it to his running back where he's wrapped up right there. Nice job defensively by the Carterville Lions. And the first on the scene for Carterville is number 73, Big Luke Smolax, right there to smother him. It's a 2-yard loss. It's going to be a 2nd and 12. The ball sets at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was Dawson on the carry for the Devils, but nothing to show for it.
2nd down and 12. Actually saying 2nd and 11 from the 20. One man spread out wide. They give it. Nope, McKenzie's going to throw. Looks to the left side. Has to cover up, and nice job. Wow, bought down hard by the Carterville defense. Nick Brown, number 5, is right there to get the sack.
Excellent play by Brown. He shot that gap, and McNitt really, or excuse, not McNitt. McKenzie didn't have a chance.
Well played by the defense. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long now. 3rd down and 20. And the ball is at the 27-yard line. Carterville needs another big defensive play, but we've got an injured Carterville Lion that's being attended to by trainer Mike. We're going to go on and take our first break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Back at Murphysboro, no score. And there's an injured Carterville Lion on the field. And trainer Mike is out there. And let's see if we can get a name on that, Bob. I didn't get a number yet. And that's Rafe Tuttle, number 44. He's able to walk off under his own power, but that is if Mr. Tuttle can't play, that could hurt. Of course, he plays middle linebacker, had a great game against Tarrant a week ago, but he also is a fantastic running back and has been very effective a week ago in that game against against Heron, rather.
He led the Lions in rushing against Heron in that close ball game.
That'll give others opportunity. Next man up. That's what the Lions' creed has been. Of course, that Benton game was the walking wounded, and a lot of people had to step up. So it's 3rd and 20 for Murphysboro. The give to the running back, number 27. He spins down about the 15-yard line, and that is Kenny Hale, the carrier, number 25, I believe. It's going to bring up 4th down now for Murphysboro. Nice gain. It's going to be 4th and 6th now from the 14-yard line. Carterville needs another big defensive stand right here. Can they get it? McZeke breaks huddle.
They are going for it.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 6, 8:29 on the clock. Jamar McZeke from the shotgun. He gives it to the motion man, and he's going to be short, and Carterville holds on 4th and 6 after a gain of about 3, and Carterville is going to get the ball on the change of possession. Well done, Carterville defense.
Yeah, that was a must-have. They can't afford to get down 14 or so points on the road, Dave. Now we need to make the most of this possession, eat a little bit of clock, and hopefully come down and get some points. But at a minimum, we need to run some clock here, give our defense a chance to get its breath, give Tuttle a chance to see if he can't get squared away and get back in things.
So Carterville takes it over at the 12-yard line. As we mentioned, Rafe Tuttle is on the sideline right now. Preston Sumner, the running back. 2 receivers to the right. It's the give to Sumner. He's across the 20, the 25. He can break away at the 30, the 40. He's at midfield where he's tripped up just as he crosses midfield to about the Murphysboro. They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. What a big play on 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Oh, that's exactly what they needed. Now, Dave, they've got really good field position. They've got a fairly good chance to come down here now and get some points.
But a flag, and it's going to bring it back as the flag is laying. I missed it at the about the 10-yard line after the gain.
Yeah, they called a hold
on the Lions. About a 38-yard penalty on Carterville, and that's going to back them up even further as they mark off 5 yards. And so now Carterville has the ball. It's 1st and 15, and the ball is at inside the 10. It's the give to Sumner. He's out across the 10. Fights his way out to about the 15-yard line, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for Carterville.
Yeah, Sumner is definitely going to have to carry the load with Tuttle over there with being attended to still. But he's definitely the guy that can do it. If you haven't seen him, 6'2", about 215, 220 pounds, built like Batman.
Yes, he is.
The guy's a specimen.
Yes, he is, and he had a great game a week ago. Downing takes the snap, looks to throw, throws it into the dirt. His intended receiver was number 8, Carson Pearson, the senior. Split in and defensive back for Coach Brett Dial. 3rd down now and 7 for Carterville. That penalty, that was a heartbreaker for the Lions.
Oh, was it ever. It totally erased an outstanding run by Preston Sumner. He broke about 4 tackles on the way. It was an excellent effort.
Lions break the huddle. Eli Downing, the junior quarterback, 6'4", puts the shift on, brings the strong side to the right, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Sumner. He's going to keep it off the left side, out across the 20, and that's going to be just short of a 1st down, maybe about a yard short on that far sideline, but a nice fake to Sumner and a nice run from Eli Downing. 4th down and 2, 2 yards short. The ball is at the 21-yard line for the Lions. They're going to go for it. No, actually, they're going to punt. As get the number of the punter, the left footer. That is Caleb Knight. Kick taken at the 45 and makes it to about the 50. And a yard closer into Carterville territory. They're going to have it at the Carterville 49. But Carterville has to punt after that first penalty on that carry, that first play from scrimmage. And that was a backbreaker on that drive. But Murphysboro now, they have the ball inside Carterville territory.
What a huge call that was. It completely turned the complexion of this quarter around.
49-yard line of Carterville. Murphysboro has the ball. It's 1st and 10. McZeke from the shotgun has a man spread wide to the right, and we have a whistle on the near sideline. I think it's timeout taken by Coach Gary Carter. He's not a happy camper. We'll take a break as well. No score with 6:37 remaining here in the first quarter on News Radio WJPF. 30, please, 30. Say that again. Okay. Okay, that'll work. Okay. .636 remaining here in the first quarter. I'm Dave McKenzie. Bob Fester joining me tonight. Scott Hudson on assignment. No score. Carterville, great opportunity on that first drive, but a 38-yard holding penalty on the first play from scrimmage hurt the Lions. Murphysboro has the ball. They had to call a timeout. McZeke puts his man, Clark, in motion. Man, there's a lot of action in that backfield. It's the give to Jake Hoppenstead. He fights his way out across the 40, the 35, down near the 30 where he's finally corralled. And that's a great run and a hard run from Jake Hoppenstead of Murphysboro.
They've spotted him at the 32, but that was a nice run. Someone had him by the shirt in the huddle and didn't wrap up the tackle, and he just busted loose from that, and here we go.
Man, there's about 4 options in the backfield. Now, new quarterback is Ryan Finke, and it's the give out across the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Murphysboro, as it's Desmond Clark. That gets the touchdown, but we have a flag lane at the 26-yard line. And that play may be coming back as the official looks toward his judges. It's a personal foul on Murphysboro.
Well, if Coach Carter wasn't happy before, I know he's not happy now. Wow.
So that's a penalty that's bringing it back. Huge penalty, just like Carterville suffered on that drive. And that put the ball at the 42-yard line. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. And we have the officials mic'd here tonight, which is always nice to hear. What's being said is tonight's officials. We'll get those mentioned to you coming up here in just a few minutes. So it's 1st and 25 now for Murphysboro. The ball at the 38-yard line. It's the give to the running back, and he's wrapped up by the Carterville defense right at the 42, 43-yard line. And actually a fumble, and Carterville falls on the ball. A turnover. A fumble on the play, and Carterville recovers, and they are in great field position here with 5:53 remaining.
Well, Dave, it's Friday the 13th. There's a full moon. This is about the sort of game we ought to expect.
5:53 on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Lions. The ball is at the Carterville 43-yard line. Didn't see who recovered the ball. Actually, didn't even see the ball pop out. The Carterville has it. Eli Downen, 2 receivers to the right, takes the snap, gives it to Preston Sumner. He tries to get to the outside, and he's brought down after a gain of 1.5 yards. The ball sets at the 45. 2nd down and about 9 for the Lions. Gain of 1 officially. The officials for tonight: Johnny Harris is the crew chief. Bobby Cole, Dennis Shipper, Willie Lewis and Myron Austin. Heron leads DuQuoin 3-0. 38-yard field goal for the Heron Tigers. Down and keeps the ball off across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Lions.
Got a couple there.
3rd and 7 as the ball rests at the 47-yard line.
Well, this would be a big first down, Dave. We got to keep this momentum going. We can't just turn it right back to the Devils.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Downen takes the snap, rolls to his right. He wants to throw. He's going to keep it, tucks it in at the 50, takes a big hit, takes 2 big hits, and he's going to be short of the first down by about 3 yards. And Carterville is going to have their second 4th down here in this game so far. 4th and 2 with the ball at the 49 of Murphysboro. Caleb Knight will do the punting. We have a whistle that's going to stop the play. And a false start on the Lions. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Well, David, already we have over 100 yards in penalties.
That's crazy. Murphy sends 1 man deep. Good snap. Knight gets the kick away. It's taken at the 25-yard line on 1 hop. He bobbles it, gathers it back in. And the return man for Murphysboro, number 5, Hunter Mead, bobbled it, but came right back to him, and Carterville's going to take, or excuse me, Murphy's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 3:48 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Don't forget the Pumpkin Path is the next event in downtown Carterville. That's coming up October 31st. Murphysboro from the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. It's the give to Aiden McNitt. He's out across the 35, brought down just a couple of yards short of the first down. Nice gain as he picks up 8 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 2 from the 38.
Yeah, McNitt's had a couple of nice runs tonight. He's doing a good job of hitting the holes quickly before Carterville has a time to bring other players into the defense.
2nd and 2. McNitt is the quarterback. McZeke, rather. He takes the snap, rolls, throws it out to the far side. That is Desmond Clark. He's across the 50 and knocked out of bounds in Carterville territory at the 44-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 throw from the quarterback, Jamar McZeke. First down at the 49 for Murphysboro. They run kind of a hurry-up offense as well. They don't waste any time in the huddle. McZeke at the line, gives it to his running back. That's McNitt. Out across the 35, down across the 30 to the the 29-yard line. Another first down run. Back-to-back first downs on back-to-back plays for the Red Devils.
They're running off the left side just about every time, Dave. We need to do something there. We definitely got an adjustment to make because he keeps hitting that left guard hole just about every time. 1st and 10
from the 29. McZeke, he gives it to Clark. Clark trying to get to the outside. He's wrapped up by 2-3 Carterville Lions right defenders at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 4.5. 2nd down and 6 for Murphysboro as they are threatening here with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter. No score so far. Dave McKenzie, Bob Fester alongside Scott Hudson on assignment tonight. Thank you for listening here on News Radio WJPF. The ball at the 25-yard line. McZeke has a receiver left, puts the man in motion. He gives it to McNitt. He's out across the 20, down inside the 10, battling and fighting where he's finally brought down at the 8-yard line. Another first down run for Murphysboro, and this is a nice-looking drive for the Red Devils.
Yeah, they have really mixed it up well. A couple of nice little intermediate passes. Good, strong running, especially by McNitt. And here they are, first and goal at the 8-yard line.
McZeke gets the play from Keenan Lindsay, who checks in. The clock is rolling, 1:22 showing here in the first quarter. McZeke puts the man in motion. Clark gives it to Clark. He's wrapped up right there. Nice job defensively by Carterville's number 52. That is Ivan Jones, who was right there to wrap up Clark. And actually a loss of about a yard on the carry. It's going to bring up second down for Murphysboro.
Jones was the Lions' leading tackler in the Heron game last week, and he did fairly well up at Benton as well. So Jones is asserting himself on defense.
Second and goal from the 9 for the Red Devils. McZeke turns around, hands it to his fullback, who falls and bangs his way down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now. 3rd and goal from the 5. Carterville needs another big defensive stand here. But I believe that's going to be the end of the quarter as the Red Devils come to the sideline. And at the end of the first quarter, there is no score, but Murphysboro looking at the 8th play of the drive and threatening to score. And that's how we'll start play in the second quarter. You're listening to Carterville Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 60, please, 60. No score at the end of the first quarter. We're heading to the second quarter. We appreciate you tuning in and listening here on News Radio WJPF. Murphysboro's threatening. They have the ball at the 5-yard line.
Have to figure this will be 2-down territory for the Murphysboro Red Devils inside the 5. 3rd and 5 to go.
3rd down and 5. 3rd and goal from the 5, rather. McZeke. Murphysboro moving from left to right now. Puts the man in motion. Gives it to his motion man. Great defensive play by Carterville, as it was Nick Brown that jumped right in there and wrapped up Clark, Desmond Clark, who was the motion man. And that was a nice play defensively by the Lions. Bringing up 4th down now.
And that looks like we got 4th and goal from what, about the
7?
10?
The 10-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the soccer lines that are painted out there. So it's 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Carterville needs another big defensive play here. Can they get another one? McZeke looks to throw, feels some pressure, throws it down the right side of the end zone. No good. Falls incomplete, and Carterville holds For the second time in the game, a change of possession as Murphysboro cannot score on a fourth down, and Carterville is going to have the ball at their own 10-yard line. Two big defensive stops by the Lions to keep this game scoreless.
Really good pressure there, too, by Bryce Anderson and by Ivan Jones on the quarterback, McKenzie, to force him to throw that ball before he was really set.
11-11 on the clock. Carterville is going to take over. 1st and 10 from their own 10. Let's see if the Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions can get something going here. Defense has shown up tonight so far. Bend but don't break. As Downen has his pass tipped. It's intercepted. Oh, it falls to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, Carterville caught a break on that right there, Bob Fester.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a young man from Murphysboro that'll be dreaming about that drop tonight. Hit him right in the hands. He had it for a second, but it just fell on through.
Looks like it may have been number 68, Rain Stearns.
Yeah, I'm thinking he probably got bumped in all the melee down there, but that was too close.
Also in the area was Aiden McNitt, the running back. They were both right there, but nonetheless, Carterville catches a break. 2nd down and 10 now from their own 10. Downen, he's going to keep it. Gets wrapped up, slammed to the turf at about the 13. They're going to mark it at the 14-yard line. A gain of 4, 3rd down and 6 from the 14.
Well, 3rd and 6 is manageable, but I would be tempted to go right back to Big Preston Sumner. He was enjoying quite a bit of success. Big man, get behind your biggest offensive lineman and see what we can dig out. This is no place to turn the ball over.
If you missed it earlier in the first quarter, a big injury already for the Lions, and that was to Rafe Tuttle, the running back. Preston Sumner is in there now. Carterville, 2 receivers to the right. Down and rolls to the right. Looks to throw, feels some pressure, gets the pass away, picked off at the 18-yard line, and that's going to be a touchdown by Murphysboro's Logan Sullivan, who picked off Eli Downen. Logan Sullivan with the pick 6, and that comes at the 10-17 mark of the first quarter. And Murphysboro leads this game now 6-0. Big turnover for Murphysboro, or for Carterville.
Yeah, you just have to be so careful with the ball when you're down that close to your own end zone. And you're into a little bit of a crowd and take the price.
Murphy going for the extra point. Carterville jumps. And so now you may see Gary Carter go for 2, as that'll be against the Lions. It's going to be offside Carterville. And it looks like they may go for 2 as he brings the field goal unit to the sideline. An 18-yard touchdown interception by Sullivan, Logan Sullivan.
And Murphysboro's had some success running the ball too, Dave, so this doesn't surprise me at all that they're going to give it a shot while they're this tight.
And now at quarterback it is Ryan Finke. He takes a snap, gives it to number 8, that is Desmond Clark, and he's brought down short. So the score is going to stay 6-0 after the 2-point conversion is no good. And Carterville catches a break there. Another fine defensive play, but it's 6-0 with 10-17 showing on the second quarter clock. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. 30, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you're doing well tonight.
Just can't throw those soft little passes down there inside the 10.
No. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by American Monument Company, a proud sponsor and supporter of Carterville Lions sports. American Monument Company, located on South Court Street in Marion, where their monuments have that special touch. 6-0 after the pick 6 by Logan Sullivan of Murphysboro. The 2-point conversion is no good, and Red Devils lead it 6-0. The kickoff is taken by Carson Pearson at the 18-yard line. He's out across the 20, finds his way out toward the 30-yard line, and that's where the Carterville Lions are going to have the football with 10:10 on the second quarter clock. The 2-point conversion was no good. Another big defensive play by the Carterville Lions. The ball rests at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Carterville offense will take over. Game number 3 of the 2019 season. I'm Dave McKenzie. Bob Fester joining me. Scott Hudson on assignment tonight.
Well, the defense is looking strong, Dave, but we're going to have to get a little more continuity out of our offense. We need to get something on the board this half.
Eli Downen sends 3 receivers to the left. We have a whistle from the far sideline. It looks like there may be too many men. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Nope, they're missing 1. See, I never was good at math.
Yeah,
So coming in late for Murphysboro. It's number 49, he's not on my roster.
Let's see what they do with this.
All right, everybody's set now. We got the right number on the field. Downen, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Downen takes the snap. Pitches to Sumner, out across the 40, out to about the 45-yard line where he's driven out of bounds over on the far sideline. Big first down run from Preston Sumner.
At Sumner is like trying to tackle a dump truck. The guy is for those who haven't seen Sumner, recall Braden Basilian, about the same size, strong, powerful running back that uses his strength, but he also has that extra gear. If he gets in the open, he can really break a run for some length.
6'2", 210 is his size. The ball, they haven't spotted the ball yet. There must have been a penalty.
Yeah.
As well. I don't even see the flag. But that's a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to give the Lions the ball. 1st and 10 at the Murphysboro 40.
It'd have to be a personal foul to get 15 yards.
I didn't hear the call. Didn't even see the official make the call. Now he blows the whistle. 1st and 10 from the 40. Downen takes the snap right up the middle, across the 35, the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. Another big first down run, and it was wide open right between the tackles.
Yeah, it was like that the Devils were fooled by that one.
AJ leads Massac County 14-7 with 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Murphy leads here 6-0, but Carterville is driving. They have it at the 25, 1st and 10. Downen takes the snap, gives it to Preston Sumner. He fights his way, has 3 or 4 Red Devils on his shirt tail, pulls the shirt tail out, and it's actually going to be a loss of about a yard. 1st and 11 from the 26-yard line now.
And this is where it's handy to have Tuttle in there because Tuttle and Sumner do such a good job of lead blocking for each other.
And Scott Hudson called it Thunder and Lightning a week ago.
Good name for it. Well done, Scotty.
The snap to Downen, gives it to Sumner. Tries to get to the outside, steps inside the 25-yard line to about the 23-yard line. A short gain, and it's going to bring up now 3rd down and about 9 from the 26. The 24-yard line.
Well, what do you think we'll have here, Dave? Pass or run?
I think it's going to be a run.
I think a run left.
2 receivers to the right, but Downen looks to throw. Pump fakes to the left, and he's brought down. Nice pressure from the Murphysboro defense as they got a hold of Downen. He had a pump fake to Bryce Anderson, who was the receiver split left. And the defense was able to track him down. So now it's 4th down and 11 for the Lions. I'm sure they'll go for it here as the ball sets at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, at this end of the field, there's no room to punt anyway. Go for it. Maybe
Actually, we got Caleb Knight that's coming on to kick a field goal.
Well, now.
So this is going to be a 43-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it's going to be wide right. I don't know that it would have had enough to get across through the uprights, but it was just to the right, and Carterville comes up empty-handed. 7:39 remaining in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds. No score here between Murphy leads Carterville 6-0 on News Radio WJPF. Murphysboro with the football from the own 26-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 2, maybe 3-yard line. Gain of 3 after the carry. 2nd and 7 from the 29. Murphy leads it 6-0. 7:10 remaining in the half. As the quarterback rolls out to his right, that was Ryan Finke. He passes down the far sideline, and the receiver, that is Clark, makes a move. He's across the 30, down inside the 20-yard line of Carterville, where he's finally wrapped up. Made a nice move at about the 50-yard line, and a big pass play from the quarterback, Ryan Fink. And we have a flag on the near sideline. It's going to be a hold Murphysboro. Going to bring it back. 2 big offensive penalties on Murphysboro. Carterville had 1 in the first drive of the game.
Yeah, and we're talking like 45-yarders.
Yes. And the fans here on the near side of Murphysboro. Great crowd by Murphysboro here tonight.
They disapprove.
They disapprove.
See, it's here.
The penalty, the flag was at the 42-yard line. That's a big 15-yard penalty on.
Oh, mercy.
That brings the ball back to the 28-yard line. I can't even do math like that.
So it looks like we've got what? No, we've got about 2nd and 7 after all of that. Whew.
Yep, brings it back. You're right. 2nd and 7.
Wow. How lucky were the Lions with that call?
Huge. The quarterback, Ryan Finke, takes the snap, gives it to the second man through. That is number 5. That is Hunter Mead, and he fights his way out to about the 40-yard line here on the near sideline before he's brought down. And another flag. That's going to be a personal foul, late face mask is what they're saying on Carterville. So tack 15 yards onto that first down run. And that's going to put the ball at the 45 of Carterville. Big penalties for both teams here tonight.
Yeah, the officials are certainly making themselves known this evening. Yeah, they giveth and they taketh away. This time they giveth to Murphysboro.
Yes, they do. Finke takes the snap, gives it to the first man through, number 3. That is Kirkwood, where he's wrapped up by the defensive line of the Carterville Lions. It's going to be a loss of about 3-yard lines. Depends on the spot. Actually, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. It's going to be the 46. 2nd down and 11, a loss of 1 from the 46.
Yeah. And once more, the Carterville defense is going to be called on to come up big.
2nd and 11. Ryan Finke gives it to the first man that comes through, Hoppenstedt, where he gets out to about the 35-yard line. It looks like that's going to be enough for a Murphysboro Red Devil first down.
Yes, it seems like all of the Murphysboro running backs have a really quick first step, Dave.
They do.
Get through that line, and then they've got 4 or 5 yards before you realize what happened.
And I know when you're watching this, it looks like mass confusion in that backfield. You don't know who's going to get the ball. They've got about 4 options on every play. 1st and 10 now from the 35. We have a whistle.
Yep.
It's going to be a offside on Carterville, so that's going to scoot it up 5 yards. Don't believe it's going to be enough for a first down, but it won't be, actually. It's going to be 1st and 5 after the penalty.
This ball spotted on the 30-yard line. What a beautiful place to watch a football game, Dave. Watching that beautiful sunset, looking straight east to west across the field.
It is gorgeous.
The visiting stands. And a fun football game to watch.
6-0. Murphy leads it. 4:37 remaining in the second quarter. And Carterville jumps again. Actually, a timeout that's going to be taken by Coach Gary Carter. He wants to talk to his offense. We'll take a break as well. 6-0. 4:32 on the clock here in the second quarter on News Radio WJPF. How are we on commercials for the half? Okay, good. I'll get some reads in. I can't hardly see. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. It's 1st and 5 after the penalty from the 30-yard line for the Red Devils. From the Carterville 30. Finke takes the snap. He gives it to Kenny Hale. Not Hale. Touchdown from the 30-yard line. Number 5, Hunter Mead. That's a 30-yard touchdown run from Mead. And now it's 12-0, Murphysboro.
Yeah, he just jumped it outside. Someone missed a tackle, and he pretty much walked in. It was, let's see.
12-0. Murphysboro, they lead it. Touchdown comes at the 4:24 mark here in the second quarter.
Will they be tempted to go for 2 to get it to 14?
I think they probably will. It looks like they will as the ball sets at the 3-yard line on extra points. And Ryan Finke. We have a whistle. And another timeout taken by Coach Gary Carter. We'll go on and take a 30-second break. We'll continue here. It is 12-0, waiting on Murphy in the 2-point conversion here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Doc Benzini Field, this Lions broadcast brought to you by SIH, a comprehensive network of care. Visit online. Visit SIH.net. It is 12-0. Murphysboro needs to go for 2 after they missed the 2-point conversion after the first touchdown. Trying to get it back to a 14-point lead. They put a man in motion. The throw right across the middle, and the 2-point conversion is good from Ryan Finke. And now it is 14-0. Murphysboro leads it with 4:24 remaining.
That looked like that might have been Hoppenstedt on the reception.
I was trying to figure that out myself, and
swinging across the middle.
Believe that may be who it is. DuQuoin leads Heron. 2:58 remaining in the second quarter. They lead Heron 14-13. AJ, they lead Massac County 20-7 at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Carterville trails 14-0 here with just a little over 4.5 minutes remaining.
And the Lions have been very competitive tonight, David, but they've made quite a few mistakes, too, and critical mistakes, like the interception down inside their own 10-yard line and such. A couple of big holding penalties that moved the ball downfield. They haven't played bad, but they definitely need to make some adjustments at halftime and tighten things up.
Can they put some points on the board before half? We'll find out. 4 minutes remaining. The kick comes to the near side. Carson Pearson is going to take it at the 15-yard line. Tries to find a lane, can't get it, and he's driven back to the 15-yard line. And Carterville is going to start right there. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Home Renew, serving all of Southern Illinois. Protect what matters most with Home Renew. For roofing, siding, storm damage, repair, and gutters, giving you peace of mind, call 694-9100. Call Home Renew. Carterville has the ball. 4:17 on the clock. They have it 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line. Coach Brett Dial sends Eli Downen and his offense out. Carterville needs some points here heading into halftime.
Very much so. They need to get something on the board just to stay in the game and give them something to build on in the second half.
Downen takes the snap, gives it to Sumner, and he fights his way, but he's brought down. Nice job defensively. As they got a hold of Sumner, spun him back. It's going to be a loss for the Lions. Aiden McNitt in on the tackle for the Red Devils. The ball is at the 14-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 14 from the 14. Downen breaks huddle, brings 2 receivers to the left. From the shotgun, Downen's going to keep it. He's wrapped up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the ball is loose. And coming out of it, the pile is Aiden McNitt. As I believe he just ripped the ball right out of Downen's arms. And it's a touchdown for the Red Devils.
Oh my goodness, the one thing they couldn't have.
Aiden McNitt just rips it out of the arms of Eli Downen. And that's at the 3:20 mark.
And now we're back to the regular old kick it point after.
20-0. Flag. I believe that may be on Carterville. Nope, false start on Murphysboro. That's going to back them up about 5 yards.
Oh,
Downen tried to run the ball off right tackle, and he ran right into a wall of Red Devil defenders. And while he was still trying to fight, all of a sudden you see McNitt, Aiden McNitt, number 33, come running out of the pile into the end zone.
Yeah. And in the confusion, he just wrenched the ball away.
This is Jake Attic, and a flag comes in, and it's going to be a roughing the kicker. The extra point was good. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. That'll be assessed on the kickoff as well. The extra point was good, and Murphysboro now leads the game 21-0. We're going to take a 30-second break here on News Radio WJPF.
Oh, boy.
.320 remaining in the first half. I'm Dave McKenzie, Baumfester, alongside Scott Hudson on assignment tonight. 21-0, the score. As it's 2 turnovers have led that were taken back for touchdowns. A pick 6 from Logan Sullivan. And Aiden McNitt with the fumble and the touchdown.
Well, Dave, you just can't turn the ball over twice inside your own 10-yard line.
There's another whistle. My gosh. Well, you said in the pregame which Carterville Lions team was going to show up. And they've had glimpses of good stuff, but turnovers do not win football games.
No, especially inside the 10-yard line. And both turnovers went immediately for scores. They didn't even have to set up and run it in. The short interception and then that fumble or takeaway, whichever it was.
So after the personal foul, the roughing the kicker, Murphysboro is going to be kicking from the Carterville 45. And that is Jake Attig that does the kicking. And it's a squib kick. It's actually an onside kick, and Murphysboro recovers. Nice call from Coach Gary Carter. And Murphysboro executes. 3:16. Man, Murphy doing everything right now. And another opportunity to score another touchdown before the half as they lead it 21-0. What a good call.
Well, where are they going to spot this ball at? Looks like about the 25 or 6.
It's at the 25. It's 1st and 10 from the 25 now.
And they do have
timeout, Carterville. Wow. This Lions broadcast, it's brought to you by Tony Gates State Farm. State Farm, with more drivers than any other company. Get to a better state. Do that with Tony Gates. Tony Gates State Farm. 21-0. We'll keep it right here. And
how about some Tony Gates trivia, Dave?
Let's hear it.
What Southern Illinois high school football team did Tony coach? A former player at Murray State University. We won't keep people in suspense on that one. He coached the Carmi Bulldogs back in the late 70s.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he's a sponsor of Carterville Sports.
Yeah, and a certain substitute announcer played on an independent basketball league team with him.
Well, how about that?
Talk about ancient history.
We need to get him in here.
Tony would be a great guest.
Have him come in and join us on a halftime show, maybe?
Yeah, a very good football player in both high school and college. Just a good all-around athlete.
May try and make that call this week, see if we can do that. 1st and 10 for Murphysboro from the Carterville 25-yard line. 3:16 remaining in the half. McZeke puts a man in motion, throws it down the middle, wide open. What a nice play. Touchdown, Murphysboro. And that is Logan Sullivan. He was wide open. That is a 25-yard touchdown pass from McZeke to Logan Sullivan.
Well, The Lions have dug themselves a massive hole now, David. They're going to have to really do something special just to come out and make this a respectable showing.
It is 27-0. Murphy setting up for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 28-0. All Murphysboro. Still with 3 minutes remaining in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break here on News Radio WJPF. .3:11 left here in the first half. Murphysboro putting it to the Lions here tonight, 28-0. 2 turnovers have led to 2 touchdowns. Nice pass on this last one. The kick comes to Carson Pearson. He gets out to about the 25. It's going to be about the 26-yard line, and Carterville is going to start their 1st and 10 from their own 26. Coming up at the half, Bob and I will run down the first half scoring. It's been all Murphysboro.
And all in the second quarter, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. No score at the end of one, and now it's 28 unanswered points by the Murphysboro Red Devils. At the half, DuQuoin leads Heron 14-10. 1st and 10 from the 26 for the Lions. Come on, boys, let's get something positive here. Going into half. Eli Downen takes the snap, throws near side to Bryce Anderson, who was looking at the defender. And somebody is on the ground, and
looks like Downen.
Downen got popped, and he's a little slow getting up. Gets to his feet, but I believe Bryce Anderson was looking up at his defender and dropped the ball, hit him right in the hands, dropped to the turf.
Yeah, that's one Bryce would tell you he should have pulled in.
Yep. You start hearing footsteps.
Last week, Bryce was the Carterville Courier Player of the Week coming off the Heron game, so he's got some skills.
85 yards receiving. Had all 3 receptions from Downen. Downen looks to throw this time. Intended receiver, I believe that's Nick Brown. That falls incomplete. So now 3rd down and 10.
We've got 2:58 left. We really need to run a little bit of time here and pick something up. We don't want to give them the ball, near the 50-yard line with that much time left. They've shown the ability to strike quick.
So the big question is, which Lions team is this? Is this the team that played week 1 versus Benton, or can they come back and do something to give to Preston Sumner? Out across the 30, it's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Carterville's going to be forced to punt. And actually, only 25 seconds have run off the clock. And Murphy's going to have a chance to score again, put some points on the board. The kick from Caleb Knight.
Oh, it's a beauty.
It's good. It's driven past the deep man, winds up inside the 20. It's going to be marked down at the 15-yard line. Boy, Caleb Knight did his job there on the punt.
Yeah, maybe we should give a shout-out to Carterville Heron soccer coach Chip Lennox.
Absolutely.
Chip, of course, coaches Caleb on the Lions soccer team. And
Caleb, a 2-sport fall athlete.
Yes, he is. I'm sure that he sleeps well at night.
I would. Murphysboro, 85 yards to hang some points on the board. Let's see if Carterville can get a stop here. 2:11 remaining in the first half. As it was Finke. Gives it to, that is Clark trying to get outside, comes down the sideline, picks up about 4 or 5 extra yards, out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. It's going to be just short of a first down. Actually, gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4. From the 22.
And the beauty of the running play from the Lions' point of view is the clock keeps running.
Carterville jumps again. They're going to call it on. They're going to say it was against Murphysboro. False start, I believe.
Yeah, left end raised up just
False
a second
start.
before the snap.
Murphysboro. That's the first thing that's gone Carterville's way in the last 10 minutes.
Or this whole quarter.
They're going to put 7 seconds back on the clock. Backs them up 5 yards. Now the ball is at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 9 after the penalty. From the 22. Excuse me, from the 16. It's the give. Off the right tackle. Out across the 30, the 35, the 40, where he's finally brought down, and another flag comes in. It's going to be a late hit on Carterville, as defensively it was Ben Hake that was riding. Believe that was Aiden McNitt on the carry. And right at the tail end of the play on the sideline. Oh, it's going to be a hold on Murphysboro.
That was fortunate.
That is very fortunate. Illegal block at the back. And replay. 2nd down. And Carterville, actually, that's a big break for Carterville, because as McNitt was out of bounds and laying on the ground, one of the Carterville Lions, I don't know that it was intentional, but he fell on McNitt, and that's when the flag was thrown. That's what I thought the call was going to be. AJ leads Massac County 28-14 with about 30 seconds remaining. It's a 10-yard penalty on Murphysboro. That backs him up. And so now it's 1st and 10 from the 29. Finke takes the snap, gives it to his tailback, number 3, Kirkwood, spins his way to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 5, 6, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 4 now.
Well, the Lions are just going to have to do a better job of tackling, Dave.
From the 31-yard line, it's the give to tailback right up the middle. Pounds his way out for a gain of 2. 3rd and 1 from the 38-yard line. Again, the give to the tailback. 1st down, out across the 45 to the 48-yard line. And on the carry, Kevin Kirkwood. 1st down, and we're under a minute to go. 1st and 10 from the 47. Finke from the shotgun, claps twice. 3 receivers to the left. Finke rolls left, wants to throw left. Throws it out in the flat. The catch made by Desmond Clark. He's out to the 40-yard line, keeps running and gets out of bounds, and a flag comes in behind the play. There's been probably, 8 penalties in the game? 9 maybe?
Yeah, and probably.
It's going to be a block in the back again on Murphysboro. The last 2 penalties have been blocks in the back.
And that's cost the Red Devils close to 40 yards, those two penalties.
28-0, 27 seconds remaining. They're going to replay the down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line now.
Well, 1st and 5 because they're
1st and 5,
them.
yeah, exactly. Finke takes the snap, rolls to his right, wants to throw. His pass a little bit too far. His intended receiver was Hunter Mead, who had to dive and laid out for it, but it was well out in front of him. Falls incomplete. And now it's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
They've got 9 seconds to do something, and hopefully it'll be no worse than 28-0 when the Lions go in at halftime.
All 28 points scored here in the second quarter.
That's almost amazing when you think about it, Dave. The defense has battled hard the first quarter, and then the Floods just opened up in the second.
One receiver to the right. One spreads out in tight on the left side. Finke gives it to his tailback. That is Kirkwood, who's out across the 35, down inside the 30, where he's pushed out of bounds with 3 seconds remaining in the half. First down for Murphysboro.
Before he picks up enough yardage for Red Devil, first down.
It's like they spotted him at the 26.
1st and 10 from the 26. This will be the last play of the half. You would anticipate it would be a pass. Finke takes the snap, rolls to his right after the fake, throws it deep down the right side, incomplete. And that's going to end the half. Good deal for the Lions, 28-0. They trail Murphysboro as we head to halftime. Halftime show coming up next here. Your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 90 here, please. 90. You're going 90 here, right?
I don't know if you knew, but I got a text. They took
somebody else than you. You're giving bad words out there.
Well, I'm being a good boy. I'm being a good.
Welcome back to Murphysboro. I'm Dave McKenzie along with Bob Fester. 28-0. It's been all Murphysboro, and it was all Murphysboro in the second half. Robert Fester, no score at the end of the first quarter, but a couple of mistakes, a couple of nice plays, turnovers. All adds up, doesn't it?
Well, Murphysboro's moved the ball fairly efficiently on offense. But the big difference, Dave, is the 2 turnovers, both inside the 10-yard line. We had a fairly soft pass intercepted at about the 7-yard line and ran in. And then we had a ball taken away from a Lion ball carrier at about the same spot, and it was ran in. So that gives you 14 points without any kind of offensive prowess at all there by the Devils. Their defense has tied their offense with 14 points apiece.
At the end of the first quarter, there was no score. Murphysboro had the ball in the second play of the second quarter. They wound up turning the ball over. A big defensive play by the Lions, and you thought hopefully that was going to change the fortunes for Carterville. They get the ball back, and on the third play, it was Logan Sullivan with an interception, and he was able to return it 12 yards for a touchdown. They missed the 2-point conversion, and they led it 6-0. Carbondale. Why am I doing that tonight? Carterville gets the ball back, and they take it down, and it was to the 33. Caleb Knight tried to kick a 43-yard field goal. It was just right. May have been a little bit short as well. And Carterville comes up empty-handed. Then Murphy gets the ball back. A 7-play drive. That at the 4:24 mark, it was a 30-yard touchdown run from Meade. Hunter Meade for Murphysboro. The 2-point conversion was good there, and that put the Red Devils up 14-0. Carterville gets the ball back on the second play from scrimmage. A fumble that was just looked like it was stripped out of the arms of the quarterback Eli Downen. It was McNitt for Murphysboro, Aiden McNitt, that just took it to 10 yards in for the touchdown. And after the fumble and the extra point, it was 21-0. Murphysboro gets the ball back, and it was a 25-yard touchdown pass from McZeke to Sullivan. Again, the extra point was good, and that's where we're at right now. 28 unanswered points in the second quarter for the Red Devils.
Yeah, and Sullivan accounted for 14 of those. He had the interception, and then he was probably lonely. He was so wide open on the pass from McZeke. There was no one within 15 feet of him, Dave. No one to even challenge him. Not the case of the Heartline play last week where the Lions had great defense, but Heron made a super completion. Sullivan was just wide open, all alone, right underneath the clock over here to our right by the goalpost, and 28-0. The Lions have dug themselves a monumentally deep hole. Now, to get out of it, of course, there's not a 28-point play in football. They're going to have to start chipping away. And you would hope that maybe after 3 quarters they could cut it to something like 28-14, maybe, then make a run in the third quarter. Problem with that is they haven't shown the ability since the first quarter to stop the Murphysboro running game.
And, of course, one of the critical things that happened in that first quarter was early. It was the running back, Rafe Tuttle, that was slow getting up off the field. And, of course, a week ago he had 80 yards or 90 yards rushing and plays middle linebacker. He's just a big part of this team on both sides of the ball. And he suffered an injury, and I've been told that he has been taken to have more evaluation done away from Doc Bensini Field. So thinking about Rafe Tuttle, but talks about the importance that he plays on this team for the Carterville Lions.
Well, more than people realize, if I were asked, even though he led the Lions in rushing, I would say he's more important on defense. He's the Lions'
clogs up that middle.
One of the 2 leading tacklers, him and Ivan Jones. And with him out, did you notice the efficiency of the Murphysboro running game picked up tremendously without big number 44 in there to bang heads with them. But that they have to find an answer. He's not going to be playing in the second half, so they can't count on Tuttle. He's injured. Someone else is going to have to step up. And an opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. And Carterville's been dealing with injuries since game 1. I mean, that is the mentality, is next man up for Coach Brett Dial. We'll see who that's going to be coming up here in the second half. 28-0 is the score. Murphy leads your Carterville Lions. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue. Dave McKenzie, Bob Fester from Doc Bensini Field in Murphysboro. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Go 90 here, please.
Yeah, Downham's having a tough game.
$28-0 the score here at Murphysboro. It's all Red Devils as they scored all 28 points in the second quarter. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville. I'd like to remind Carterville residents to download the city's app and sign up for Nixle text alerts for important information and upcoming events. The next major event, Free Fair in Carterville, Bob, was outstanding this year.
Yeah, one of the premier entertainments was a band called Atlanta Burning with Savannah, and Dave Batts from West Frankfort is the fellow that put that band together. His dad, Warren Batts, is well known through the area, but that's an excellent band. And they had Dave Clark from Heron and his Deplorables.
Yep.
And it was a great afternoon of entertainment, and hats off to the Carterville Lions Club for all the hard work they did to get that together.
Hey, this reminder that I may see you there. Coming up next Saturday is the Carterville Lions basketball golf scramble. And this will be the 7th year, I think, of that. And, it's a great event. It's Matt Crane and Coach Shane Hawkins that put this event on, and it's money that's raised for the basketball program. And it's a chance for you to get out at Crab Orchard Country Club, mingle with some of the players, get a chance to talk with the coaches, and Carterville fans come together and have a great time. They're still looking for whole sponsors. They're still looking for those that are going to play. You and I played on a team a couple of years ago, Taylor Heil, and had a great time. But that's coming up next Saturday. Registration is at noon. Tee time is at 1 o'clock. And I think I'm going to go out there and hit the ball around. Yeah,
I had a great time playing with Taylor and Tom Heil back then, Tom being Taylor's dad. But yeah, I'm set to rumble, David. We've got a team entered, and got a former Lady Lion Linkster lined up to captain us by name of Avery Ray. So we're looking.
Oh yeah. So you go with the champion. I see what you're doing there.
Four-time conference champion, Dave.
That's not bad. I'm going to just go out by myself and just let them put me on a team. If somebody shows up and they need somebody, that'll be me.
Yeah, it never hurts to have a ringer.
I'm not a ringer.
I was thinking more of Avery.
She definitely is a ringer. 28-0 is the score here at Doc Benzini Field, and before I forget, if you want some more information, you can give the coaches a call. Let me get Matt's number here. Feel free to give Coach Matt Crane a call at 922-0335. Or if you would like to talk to Coach Shane Hawkins, bear with me. I got to pull him up here real quick. I didn't have it written down. His number is 267-5607. They'll give you more information. But again, we'd like to see you next Saturday at Crab Orchard Country Club for the 7th annual Carterville Lions basketball scramble. Also, let's talk about the Carterville High School freshman team, 3-0, a shutout. They have not allowed, in football, they have not allowed one single touchdown in 3 games this year.
That's very impressive. They had a nice, 18-0 win over Benton, who's also a very strong freshman program.
They shut out Harrisburg last night, And I've not had a chance to actually make it to a freshman game, but I'm going to make a point to, because this is the future players that we're going to be calling on Friday nights, and they are a perfect 3-0. As I said, the defense has not allowed a single point. How about Carterville Junior High Sports? They're having a great season so far, and it's just we're so fortunate to have the good teams and at Carterville High School.
Yeah, we've got a lot coming up. I had a great time this past summer covering for my newspaper the Carterville American Legion baseball team, coached by Jimmy Wallace. They were outstanding. They went all the way to the finals of the district tournament. And speaking of junior high players who contributed big time, young Peyton Biddle was one of their leaders.
Another Biddle.
And he'll be a freshman with the Lions this year. So Bobby Jackson's got a lot of players coming into the baseball Lions as well.
28-0 is the score here. We're going to go on and take our final break of our halftime show. The Murphysboro Red Devils come out of the locker room first. They're making their way onto the field. They'll start their stretches. We'll be back in 90 seconds. It's 28-0. The Red Devils over your Carterville Lions here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Doc Bensini Field, 28-0. It is Murphysboro all over the Lions tonight. Highland leads Marion at the half, 21-14. AJ, the last report we had, just going before half, they led Massac County 28-14. And we're trying to see if we've got a Carbondale score. I'll have to look and see what we can find up there. But 28-0 here, and it's been all Murphysboro, Bob.
Yeah, the Devils, and it's all been the Devils in the second quarter. It seemed like when we lost Rafe Tuttle to that injury that the running game just exploded for the Devils. And 2 turnovers inside the 10-yard line both resulted in touchdowns. And we go from a 0-0 first quarter to a 28-0 halftime deficit. The Lions have got to find a way to signal, the Lions have got to find a way to stop that running attack, because if they're allowed to rip off 8-10 yards a chunk on the ground, there's no need to put the ball in the air. The Devils will walk away with this thing. So let's hope the Lions can get on the board early here in the second half and, make a game out of this thing.
Carbondale Terriers lead Waterloo 14-7. That's in the third. Johnston City leads Hamco 7-0. That game in the third. It is Jersey Panthers over Effingham. Let's see here. There's our score. How about Benton Rangers all over Pinckneyville, 44-0 at the half. Highland over Marion, 21-14. Let's see here. West Frankfort, 19-16 at the half over Sparta. Carmi White County leads CZR 14-6. And it is AJ over Massac County, 28-14. And the last score I have, actually two of them, Nashville 41-0. Back into the 40s for Nashville. They're averaging 42 points a game. And they're getting the shutout against Westland 41-0. And it is Triad Knights over Mount Vernon 7-0. That game is at the half. Mascoutah leads Centralia 42-20 at the half. And that's all I've got. I think we got them all right there. Both teams are done with their stretches. Gary Denniston joining us here from the Southern, and always we try to trade scores and gives us updates, and we are just about set for third quarter action here. It's 28-0, all Murphysboro. They're just, but you have to keep in mind, and we said this earlier, that there was no score at the end of the first quarter. Robert Fester and it was just all Murphy there in the second.
Well, if you get rid of the turnovers, Dave, then you got a 14-0 game. It's a good lead, but it's a manageable one. It's something you can get back in a 14-0 game. But the two turnovers inside the 10-yard line were just crippling to us. Now we've got to show we have the ability to sustain a drive, to get down and put some points on the board, because we haven't shown that yet.
And Carterville just needs to get 7. Start with 7. We'll take that. 28-0. Carterville's going to have the ball to start play here in the second half. The kicker for Murphysboro, number 52, Frazier, kicks it. And a nice coverage by Murphysboro, as I believe that kick was taken by number 10, Bryce Anderson. And Carterville's going to have it 1st and 10 to start out here in the third quarter.
Yeah, he got it right out to the 20. So the Lions have okay field position. Now let's get some first downs, Dave, and march this thing down the field and get on the scoreboard.
Eli Downen brings his Lions on the field. He's going to have Preston Summer in the backfield, 2 receivers, 3 receivers to the far side. Trips right, 1 to the left. And Downen looks to throw on first down. Gets it out on the far hash. Nice catch and a nice gain. It's going to be close to a first down. It depends on the spot of the ball. But a gain of at least 9 by Carterville, and it's going to be about a half a yard short. Nope, they're going to give him the first down. First down pass from Eli Downen.
Pass to Nick Brown.
Nick Brown with the reception. Trips to the left now for Carterville. Are they going to come out firing? We'll find out. 1st and 10. It's Downen. He's going to keep it off right tackle. Cuts it up. Gets wrapped up. Gains about 3, maybe 4 yards. Second down now for Carterville. Ball was at the 30-yard line. It was a gain of 10 on that pass play. It's going to be a gain of 3 now. Second down and 7 from the 34-yard line. Downen breaks the huddle. Trips left once again for Carterville. 1 receiver to the right. Downen looks to throw. Screens it to the left side. Number 32 for Carterville is wrapped up. 1, 2, 3. Murphysboro Red Devils there. And that is Lanham with the reception. Or Jason Allen, I believe, with the reception. Short gain. And actually a loss on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. It was a loss of 1. Nice defensive coverage on the outside there from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Allen broke 1 tackle, but then 2 more people arrived, and that was the end of the play.
Downen from the shotgun. Bryce Anderson with the catch. Ball's on the turf. They're going to say it's a catch. It's a fumble. Picked up and taken all the way back in for a touchdown by Murphysboro's Michael Shearer. And another turnover on the Lions after the fumble from Bryce Anderson. And it's 34-0 now, Murphysboro. After a 3rd turnover taken in for a touchdown. This is at the 10:01 mark. Trying to remember Shearer.
Merciful heavens.
That was loud. The extra point is good. And it's 35 now to nothing. Murphysboro all over your Carterville Lions. Reminiscent of week 1 for Coach Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 35 to nothing. Murphysboro over Carterville here on News Radio WJPF. Wow.
Is it 30 or 40 points for the fast clock?
40.
Yeah. Give them time. Wow.
Back at Murphysboro, I'm Dave McKenzie. Robert Uncle Fester with us tonight, 35 to nothing. All Murphysboro. Carterville's going to have the ball back. That was a 33-yard fumble return by Shearer of Murphysboro. The kickoff is taken by Bryce Anderson, gets out across the 20. They just can't get the ball past the 30-yard line.
No. And that was Anderson came up hard, didn't do a lot of juking. He tried to hit it hard, but Murphysboro's special teams have done a really good job, especially covering kickoffs. And
well, they have such good speed that their coverage is just outstanding. They're on top of you before you know it.
Yeah, and it's not just one player. It's usually 2 or 3, so they have the gang tackle in effect. So if you do break one, you're not going to miss the other 2 are going to get you.
1st and 10 from the 23. Downing gives it to Preston Sumner, who's wrapped up right there. It's going to be a loss on the play. Sumner's had a couple of big runs. That first one, the first play from scrimmage to give to Sumner, about a 50-yard run, and it was brought back after a hold. And that seems like it just, I don't know, just the penalties hurt the Lions early, but it's been all Murphysboro since the second quarter.
Well, and also, Dave, that on that play, Rafe Tuttle was the lead blocker for him.
Pass was deep pass down the sideline, falls incomplete. And that was Carson Pearson, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down and 12 from the 21. Murphysboro scores another touchdown. According to IHSA rules, that'll start the rolling clock, and this was not the game I think anybody expected. Especially after that game a week ago.
Yes.
28-24, a great game against Heron. Downing rolls to his right, passes short, intended receiver. On the outside was Ben Hake. So Carterville's going to have to punt, but after week 1, this is how week 1 went at Benton. Week 2, they come back and play a great game against Heron, get beat with 8 seconds left. Which team was going to show up tonight? We didn't really know. Felt pretty confident it was going to be the team that played a week ago, but
and for a quarter it was.
Yes.
For 1 quarter. But unfortunately, the game is 4 quarters, and the second quarter was not a thing of beauty.
At all. Carterville has enough on the field now. Caleb Knight, he'll do the punting, takes the snap, gets the kick away. Oh, man, he's got such a good leg. Ball is taken at the 48 of Murphysboro, and coverage is there. It's going to be about a 4-yard return. And a nice job out. I believe that was Desmond Clark. No, actually it was Hunter Mead on the return, but good coverage by the Lions. But Murphysboro has the ball in Carterville territory. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 35-0. Murphysboro over Carterville here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Doc Benzini Field, the first down carry was a big carry, enough for a first down for Murphysboro. Didn't catch the number on the running back. But
yeah, that was Caleb Hale.
Caleb Hale. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line.
Everyone's getting in on the fun.
Yes, they are. McKenzie is the quarterback. Looks to throw. Little screen out to the right to Myers. Myers makes a side step. Brought down by Carterville's defensive back, Matt Wallace. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards, rather. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 28.
I said Caleb Hale, David. I'm sorry, it was Kenny Hale. Caleb Hale played here about 6 years ago.
Ah. 2 receivers to the left. Actually 3. Put a man in motion. McKenzie gives it to that motion man. Number 24, Hoppenstedt. Fights his way down inside the 10-yard line. Makes a move. Cuts back. Touchdown. Touchdown for Jake Hoppenstedt. 28-yard touchdown run. And that comes at the 7:23 mark of the third quarter. Wow. Ran right through the defense. I mean, he had several Lions players had a chance to bring him down, but he just kept fighting. Murphysboro's extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. 42-0.
Wow.
Running clock coming up when we return here at Murphysboro. It's all Red Devils, 42-0 on News Radio WJPF. 30 here, please. Actually, we better go 60. We better get our commercials in.
Wow.
The kickoff is taken by Carterville's Jason Allen. And Carterville is going to have the football with a running clock. It's been all Murphysboro since the second quarter. The 7-minute mark, 1st and 10. Coach Brent Dial. Let's see here. DuQuoin leads Heron 21-10, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll probably see some substitutions from Coach Brett Dial.
Yeah. And no doubt from Murphysboro, too.
And a new quarterback. What's the number on that? Is that Carson Pearson? So they give it
number 8
give to Preston Sumner. He fights his way forward fights his way to just get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's pushed back. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Rolling clock by rule. Any team that has 40-point lead, at least a 40-point lead, the clock will continue to roll, except on change of possessions and out of bounds plays. Well, actually, if it goes out of bounds, it still rolls. So, quarterback is Carson Pearson, runs right up the middle across the 35, out across the 40, first down for the Carterville Lions. And number 8, Carson Pearson.
That was a nice run. That's something positive.
Ran it right off his center's hip.
Carson's got a very quick first step. He doesn't have the size that Eli Downen does, but he has very good quickness. You know, as a defensive back, you would expect that.
Reminiscent of Harley Vaughn.
Harley Vaughn, good call.
About the same size, great speed.
Similar skill set.
Pearson tries to keep it, cuts up inside. Oh, gets out across the 45, across midfield. And another first down run by Eli Downen's replacement, Carson Pearson.
He takes it all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Into Murphysboro territory. He's quick. Man, he's quick. Clock continues to roll, 4.5 remaining in the third quarter. Pearson now takes the snap from the shotgun, wings it out to the right side. Inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line of Murphysboro. 2nd down for Carterville. It's going to be 2nd and about 6. Maybe they're going to give the gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. That's from the 44-yard line. Don't forget, Bob and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game in our postgame show. It's not a Carterville Lion. It'll be someone from Murphysboro. We have a flag come in on the play, and a Carterville Lion a little slow to get up. Number 55, that is Zach Blankenship, but he's walking it off, heads back to the huddle. Penalty is against the Lions, so that's going to back him up some more. You can see a frustrated head coach Brett Dial with his arms folded across his chest on the far sideline. Lions will have some work to do this week as they prepare to take on DuQuoin at home next Friday night.
Who is currently beating the Heron Tigers.
21-10 was the last score we had. So it's 2nd and 20 from the 44. And ball got away from Carson Pearson. He has to fall on it. Another loss. That running play from Pearson moments ago to get it down to the 47 of Murphysboro. That's the first time Carterville's had the ball across midfield since the second possession of the second quarter.
Good grief.
2:12 on the clock. 42-0. Trips left. Pearson looks to throw, throws it deep down the middle. Wide open off the fingertips of the defender, but running down the backside was Graham Dinas. And the defender for Murphysboro just got his fingertips on the ball to tip it away, but Dinas had got behind the defender. And
just a little more arm, and that would have been 7. Well, 6 at least.
Hunter Mead is going to drop back to take the punt from Caleb Knight from Carterville. 4th and 40. 4th and 40 for the Lions from the 20-yard line. Punt is low. Knight picks it up, runs down the right sideline, takes the hit on the far sideline, and Murphy's going to be in great field position once again, as they're going to be inside the 35 of Carterville.
And that was the second questionable snap in a row. The one over the head of Carson Pearson, and then that grounder back to Knight.
1 minute remaining, 53 seconds actually. And I'm telling you, one of the best rules in football is the 40-point rolling clock rule.
Yes, it is. It really is. This,
because I can remember when we didn't have that, and you had games like this where it was just so one-sided, and
it seemed to go on forever.
And some did.
Yes. Yes.
2nd down and 11 now for the Lions. Excuse me, for the Red Devils from the 34. See Gary Carter starting to get some of his subs into the game, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter. 42-0. Red Devils with the lead. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF. What do we need to do here, Eric? Have we got, what, 3, 4 left? Go on and run them. Let's take a 2-minute break. Might as well take it here because this is going to go quick. Run out the half.
This quarter's going to take about 5 minutes. And that's just fine.
Wow. AJ and Mass at 28-22, AJ.
I bet DuQuoin will be licking its chops next week.
Yeah.
There we go.
$42-0. The score here is we're about 11 minutes remaining in the contest. Murphysboro has the ball. It's 1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line. And Murphysboro threatening once again. We are in the 4th quarter. I'm Dave McKenzie. Bob Fester joins me. Scott Hudson on assignment tonight. It's been all Murphysboro. Turnovers have cost the Lions dearly. And some good plays from the Red Devils. The snap is bobbled, actually placed on the ground, it looked like, by the quarterback. And the quarterback for Murphysboro, number 7, Ryan Finke. They split time between Finke and McZeke.
And you have to say both quarterbacks have had a good night.
They have had a good night. This Murphysboro team, week 1, they took on Carbondale. And Carbondale come back. They were down 12 points in the 3rd quarter, come back and beat Murphysboro. Murphysboro got out to a quick start, but kind of, I think, wore out toward the end of the game. They come back and they beat AJ a week ago. Now they're going to see their record go to 2-1 on the season. And I think coming in, nice run from Murphysboro's number 21, Peyton Austin, as he fights his way down inside the 20 in the red zone. It's going to be spotted at the 16. But I don't think there was any doubt, Bob, that on the Ohio side of the River to River Conference, Murphysboro was the preseason favorite.
Yeah, I believe I agree completely. Heron will be strong. The Ohio side looks good. Benton
getting points. They're playing at Sparta tonight. We'll go through all the scores in our postgame show. It'll be coming up in about 9 minutes or so. Finke takes the snap, gives it to his tailback. Carterville's right there, bangs him to the ground at about the 17-yard line. But this Murphysboro team have been strong the last couple of years. Gary Carter puts together a great offensive scheme. There's a lot of action, a lot of movement.
Much going on in that backfield. It's hard to pick the ball out. Of course, I guess that's the idea of the motion.
Absolutely. But tonight for Carterville, it was turnovers that hurt the Lions. We'll talk to head coach Brett Dow in our post-game show. That'll be coming up here in just a little bit. Finke puts his man in motion, takes the snap, gives it to his tailback, number 22, Justin Hunter. Hunter down inside the 15-yard line to the 14. And that was a fourth down run, and Carterville gets the stop. And it's going to be a change of possession. Carterville will have the ball as the clock continues to roll under 8 minutes.
You know, and it's a drive like this that gives a team a chance to show what they're made of, though. They're down. They're not going to win this game. There's no way they're going to come back from 42-0 with 7 minutes left. But they can put together a good drive, come up with something to build on for next week, because the DuQuoin is their conference opener. It's at home. Can they bounce back against DuQuoin like they did against Heron after the Benton loss? I guess we'll wait and see.
Plus, it's given some of the underclassmen, some of the sophomores that play in the freshman-sophomore game or the JV game, that they're getting some very valuable experience here. Now, you don't want to have to – you hate the fact that you're down 42-0. But these guys are picking up a little game experience that's only going to be beneficial down the line. Of course, tonight, one of the big blows for the Lions was the injury to running back and middle linebacker Rafe Tuttle. We hope he's okay.
And Tuttle is a true difference maker for the Lions. Here's
Absolutely.
hoping he's ready to go for that conference opener with DuQuoin this coming Friday.
Carterville will be at home on Friday night when the Indians come to town. Already will be week number 4 of the high school football season.
Where has the time gone, David? Maybe I'm having a senior moment, but it seems like the year 2019 has flashed by.
I know. I mean, it's, we're going to have to, weather-wise, we're going to have to put up with some 90 degrees, I think, this next week. But then the following week, we're talking about temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s toward the end of the week. I can't wait. I'm ready for hoodies.
Let it be.
I'm ready for hoodie weather. Of course, Apple Festival is taking place here in Murphysboro this weekend. Tomorrow, I believe 10 o'clock will be the parade. That's always a huge event. The Salukis are home tomorrow evening. They're going to take on UT Martin. And we'll have our Saluki Sports Voice on location live from Tailgate Row. That'll start at 3 o'clock on 103.5 ESPN. It'll be Murph, Hudson, and myself. Sports Voice tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Murph and Hudson will kick things off. They'll break down all of the high school scores tomorrow. Who's going to be the team of the week this week? We'll find out. Let's see if we can run down some scores as DuQuoin leads Heron 28-10, 2.5 remaining in the third. Nashville beat Westland 47-6 this evening. Let's see. We'll go back and try to update some of these other scores.
While you're looking, do you remember who UT Martin played last weekend? They were at the University of Florida.
Florida, yeah, and they made some money.
Oh,
They didn't win, but they made some money.
I wonder how much they'll make at the Salukis. Probably not nearly so much.
But we hope to see you there. Pass down the far side, wide open, and the intended receiver for Carterville. I think that was number 11 out there. Hendrick DeWitt.
Nice pass. He just couldn't pull it in.
Number 11, Hendrick DeWitt. That'll bring up 4th and long for the Lions.
Clock rolls under 6 minutes. So the Lions are forced to punt. It's 4th and 18 from the 6. The punt is taken at the 45 and breaks away across the 20, inside the 15. The 10 makes a move,
Flag.
touchdown, and a flag has been thrown. So on the return for Murphysboro, it was Hunter Mead. It would have been about a 48-yard touchdown return. We'll see what the flag is. It's going to be against Murphysboro, and it's going to bring it back.
Well, that'll give Coach Gary Carter something to work on this week.
Yeah, they will work on that.
They've had quite a few flags, and knowing Coach Carter, he will not put up with that sort of sloppy play for a minute.
Those are called learning moments.
Yep. And again, like you mentioned about the Lions, I'm sure that he has a lot of his younger players on the field right now, and they're going to learn what varsity high school football is and how it differs from those JV games. A little quicker, a little harder hitting, and a little less time to do your thing.
Murphysboro gets the ball back as the clock continues its way under 4 minutes remaining. 42-0. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal stars of the game. I promise you it's going to be somebody from Murphysboro. Coach Brett Dial will join us next week. Scott Hudson and I will have the call from Carterville High School as the Lions host the DuQuoin Indians. The give taken right up the middle. Gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Justin Hunter, the ball carrier. Right down number 54, Noah.
Nice little run by Hunter for the Devils. Coach Carter's just going to run out these last 3 minutes and put this one in the book and not risk any of his starters, which is, wise and also sportsmanship. He's not trying to run the score up. He's running the ball on the ground right up the middle, and it's our job to stop it.
The Benton Rangers, who put 42 points on the board and got the shutout win over Carterville, leads Pinckneyville 52-0. That's in the fourth quarter. And here comes the run across. It's going to be a about a 28-yard run. 2nd and 7 carry down inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal.
It's going to be first and goal from the 4 for Murphysboro.
And this is in no way running it up. They've got their subs in, they've got their backups in, and
Yep.
they're just running the football. They're not throwing it all over the place. We're just not stopping it.
2 minutes remaining in the game. Now, Murphysboro offense using up the full 25-second clock. The play clock goes under 10 seconds. They break huddle at 8 seconds. Step to the line with 1:45 on the game clock. Snap it with 2 seconds remaining. Touchdown, Murphysboro. It's got to be a 4-yard touchdown run. I didn't catch the running back's number. We'll hear it here in just a moment. A 4-yard touchdown run at the 138 mark. 48 to nothing. I didn't hear. I'll have to ask on who the carry was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either for the crowd.
Extra point is up and good. So it's 49 to nothing. It's all Murphysboro Red Devils. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. Providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Also brought to you by SIH, creating a healthy Southern Illinois made stronger by acts of caring that transform lives. Visit SIH.net. 49 to nothing. We'll update all the area scores that we can get. Coach Brett Dow will join us as there's a minute 38 seconds remaining. We ask you to join us for our postgame show. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate that as well. This will be our Polar Whip postgame show coming up. And we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star or stars of the game. I think we're going to have to give it to all of Murphysboro. Just give it to the whole team.
You could.
They played a good game.
The fellow that scored that last touchdown for Murphysboro was Peyton Austin.
Peyton Austin.
That word comes to us from the Murphysboro coaching staff in the booth.
That came at the 1:38 mark. Extra point was good.
First and 10 Lions. From their own 31-yard line.
We appreciate you tuning in and listening to Lions Sports. Wish we could have brought you a better game tonight, but you have to give credit to the Murphysboro Red Devils. They played an outstanding game. And they're going to get the 49 to nothing shutout win over the Carterville Lions. The clock under 1 minute. And we'll go on and Carterville's going to have to run one play. Actually, they're going to take the penalty. The clock will continue to roll, and that's going to be it. We're going to go on and take our break. 49 to nothing, Murphysboro over Carterville. Polar Whip postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Smart.
Are you going to you want to give it to the whole team, or do you want to give it to like McNitt or Sullivan or one of those
I
guys?
think just let's see here.
It's probably their leading rusher, and he had that takeaway.
I tell you,
down and
run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Run 5. Let's go 2.5 minutes here. 2.5. Go 3 minutes. Go 3 minutes. That'll leave one more break in our start of the game and the coaches show. We might as well just give it to the whole team. I mean, there was so many that
yeah.
really.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd pick McNitt, but a lot of others.
Yeah.
Sullivan has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Zachary Hampton, the ball carrier. He's brought down by number 67, Tylen Hibbler. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 for the Lions. Final score, your Red Devils 49, Carterville 0. fans, welcome to Murphysboro for Apple Festival weekend. Your next home game will be right here next Friday, September 20th, taking on Massac County. Again, next home game right here next Friday, September 20th, taking on Massac County. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m.
Back at Doc Bensini Field in Murphysboro, Illinois, it was all Red Devils over the Carterville Lions tonight, 49-0. And all of the scoring started in the second quarter, Bob Fester. And once Murphy got going, they didn't look back.
No, they didn't. And it was, well, it turned out to be 1 point worse even than the Benton loss. 48-0 up there, 49-0 here. The Lions, to say the least, have had troubles on the road this year. Hopefully, they can do what they did with that great performance last week against Heron and bounce back against a really tough DuQuoin Indian team that's currently beaten Heron up at their place in DuQuoin. It'll be the conference opener for both the Lions and for the Indians, a very important game in the rotation, but there are a lot of issues that'll have to be addressed in the meantime, Dave. Tackling being among the most important.
One of the key moments of the game, though, came when middle linebacker and running back Rafe Tuttle went down with an injury. He's such a key part of that defense. He just clogs up the middle, has great speed, can help run down any offensive runs from the opposition. And he wound up leaving the game early, and in the second quarter, at the end of the first, there was no score, and Murphysboro, they wind up with one. They got one interception from Logan Sullivan. That came at the 10-17 mark of the second quarter. 2-point conversion was no good, and the score was 6-0. Carterville got the ball back, drove it down to the 33-yard line. The Lions tried a 43-yard field goal from Caleb Knight. It was wide right and short. And then Murphysboro gets the ball back, a 30-yard touchdown run from Meade at the 4:24 mark. The 2-point conversion was good. Murphy led it 14-0. Carterville fumbles the ball. It was Aiden McNitt that just took it out of the arms of the quarterback of Carterville, took it in for the touchdown. The extra point was good, 21-0 Murphysboro. Then Murphy gets the ball, and they get a 25-yard touchdown pass from McZeek to Sullivan at the 3:11 mark. And at that point, it was 28-0. As we come back to start the third quarter, Carterville fumbled the ball, and it was returned for a touchdown by Shearer, a 33-yard fumble recovery that was good, and the extra point was good, 35-0. Murphy then had a 28-yard touchdown run at the 7:23 mark. Hoppenstedt, that made it 42-0. And then, to cap it off, a 4-yard touchdown run by Austin. The extra point was good. Final score, 49-0. A.J. leads Massac 34-29. What a game that's turned out to be. We'll go on and take a break, and when we come back, we'll run down the scores, and we'll be talking to head coach Brett Dial next on NewsRadio WJPF. Eric, run out the post-game show commercials. Go on and roll the coaches show last. JLSE and Bank of Carbondale last, because Brett's going to be coming up. He's making his way now, so... Yes, and Johnny Logan.
You want to just give him these headphones?
That's fine, yeah.
We'll just do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, be prepared to bring it back to me here shortly. I'm not going to keep him along. Bring it back after this one. Back at Murphysboro, Doc Bencini Field. Dave McKenzie along with head coach Brett Dial. Well, Coach's show is brought to you here this evening by Johnny Logan College and the Bank of Carbondale. Coach, wow, that was a blitz. Didn't really see that coming.
Well, I mean, you know, we just can't catch a break. You know, the third play of the game, or middle linebacker and fullback, and a guy that we've got a lot of packages for offensively goes out of the game, and I haven't heard any kind of update. Hope he's okay. It just limited us right out of the gate. You know, and then just, you know, the turnovers and not very sharp right now. And, you know, we're just going to have to continue to work and go back and, you know, find a little bit of positive.
First quarter stays, I mean, each team was kind of feeling each other out in the second quarter. But let me tell you what, that offensive scheme from Murphysboro, there is so much confusion in that backfield, you don't know where the ball's coming out. Yeah,
and then when they get you down, you know, then you lose a little bit of discipline and start trying to, you know, watch the motions and whatnot. And you can't do that. And, you know, I thought the first quarter our defense played great. I thought really the first half our defense played great.
They had two big fourth down stops.
Sure, they did everything. They did everything they could do. And, you know, offensively we just didn't give them any help at all. You know, we have to do a better job of taking care of the football. And, you know, our first offensive play from scrimmage goes for about 35 yards and gets called back for a hold on the first play of the game. And it's like, you know, we just couldn't catch a break, you know. But we're going to have to make our own breaks, and we can't feel sorry for ourselves. And, you know, we've got to go back, and as we go into conference play next week, we've got to find something that, you know, that we can do and get a little bit of depth at some spots that we're really thin at right now. And, you know, we're thin to begin with. You know, when you have 6 seniors on the team and, you know, one of them goes out already, you know, we just don't have a lot of depth. And we're just getting injured at places that, you know, we can't lose people. And, you know, but like I said, you know, we can't sit and feel sorry for ourselves and say, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda this and that and whatever. We've got to figure something out, and, you know, we're going to keep working.
It really is a next man up mentality you have.
You know, it is. And, you know, we're just getting a lot of guys some experience right now. We're just young. We're young, and we're a little bit small in some spots and kind of getting exposed. And we just got to figure out a way to you know, cover up some of those holes and keep battling.
I like the toughness of the non-conference schedule that we have every year. But conference play starts next week. DuQuoin's going to come into Carterville 3-0.
So they beat
they're up on Heron. I don't have the final yet, but they were up. But your thoughts as you look ahead toward the start of conference play and a 3-0 Indian team?
Sure, you know, our first 3 and, you know, now 4 games are very tough teams. Our first 4 games of the year against playoff teams. You know, I think Benton's, you know, on their way to doing that, and, you know, I think Heron will still find a way to get in. And, you know, DuQuoin, obviously, you said they're 3-0 now, so, you know, we just got to keep plugging away, and, you know, it's going to go our way here at some point, you know, whether it's next week, 2 weeks, or a year or 2 years. I mean, our time's going to be coming. You know, we've got a lot of kids coming back, and a lot of kids getting some experience. Our lower levels are off to a really good start, and we're just going to keep battling. We're going to keep preparing, and, you know, like I said, we've got to figure out a way to make our own breaks, and at this point in time, and eventually that's going to happen. And when it does, we're going to feel a lot better after games. But, you know, right now it's going to get tougher before it gets better. That's just a fact, and, you know, we knew what we signed up for, and we just got to keep working.
Coach Brett Dow, thanks. Appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, sir.
49-0, the final score tonight. It was all Murphysboro. Got to give them credit. But as Coach mentioned, the injury early on to middle linebacker, running back Rafe Tuttle, huge moment for the Carterville Lions, as he is just a big part of the offense, but he also defensively for the Lions is right there in the middle of it, and that was a big moment. And he never returned after that. And hopefully he's okay. 49-0. We're going to take our final break and close up this broadcast here from Doc Bencini Field in Murphysboro on News Radio WJPF. No, bring it back to me. We'll get out, we'll jump out, and then you can finish up the last and close it out. Just go on and run them out. And bring it back to us after that. That'll work.
Yeah, we don't have much of a bow to put on this beauty. Is this your thing, David?
Yeah, the boxes,
Yeah.
That's our Wi-Fi.
That is so cool.
And I've had a good... Hey, everybody watching on YouTube, appreciate it. $49-0 the score here at Murphysboro. Dave McKenzie with Bob Fester. Let's run down some scores from around Southern Illinois. It was, as we said, 49-0 here. Benton over Pinckneyville, 52-0. The last score that we had. In the fourth quarter, Marion over Highland, 22-21. That's late. DuQuoin leads Heron 35-10 with just a few minutes left. West Frankfort beat Sparta. They're leading Sparta 26-24. Carmi White County leads CZR in the fourth, 14-6. As we continue, AJ and Massac County in a battle, 34-29. AJ with the lead. That's still in the fourth. Also in the fourth, it was Muscuda. It's Muscuda over Centralia, 48-27. Triad. That score's not been updated since the half. And I think that's really all I have on scores. 49-0 here. Bob Fester, let's name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Well, what do you say, David, that given the complete domination of this game, we just give it to the whole Red Devils football team?
I'm good with that.
I mean, you have so many people that you could give it to. You could give it to either quarterback, McZeke or Finke. You could give it to Sullivan, who had the interception and the touchdown pass. You could give it to McNitt, who was their leading rusher and had a takeaway and a touchdown. Let's just give it to the whole club.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148. Owned and operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann. Carterville Joe's Lawn Care has been proudly serving the Southern Illinois area for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial, residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, spring and fall cleanup, snow removal, bush hogging. They do it all. Give them a call. 618-534-8148. Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. Call Joe. Our Joe's Lawn Care stars of the game tonight. The complete Murphysboro, Coach Gary Carter and the Murphysboro Red Devil team. Carterville is back at it at home next Friday. DuQuoin comes to town. Bob, the beginning of conference play.
Conference opener. Looking forward to that. Hopefully the Lions will bounce back like they did after the loss up at Benton and give the Indians all they can handle.
Buddy, thanks for your help tonight.
My pleasure. Anytime, David. I enjoy it very much.
Mr. Fester, a new grandpa again this week. Congratulations on that. We will have the pregame show starting at 6:45. Kickoff is slated for 7 o'clock. Conference play starts next Friday night when the DuQuoin Indians, a perfect 3-0, will come to Carterville to take on the 0-3 Carterville Lions. For my friend Bob Fester, for my producer, engineer back at the studio, Mr. Eric Joins, thank you for listening to Carterville Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. Good night. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.